It's Damien from Marketing Food Online. So in this video, I'm going to cover 3 amazing questions that you, my subscribers, have sent me about food e-commerce businesses. There's a lot of buzz around selling food online, especially over the past few years. And this category of products through the internet is only going to continue to expand. So I'm going to get into 3 questions that you, my subscribers, have sent, and we're going to get into those right now. All right, so it's Damien from Marketing Food Online, and as I mentioned back into the introduction, I'm gonna get into your subscriber questions all about food e-commerce and what exactly is it and how does it work and what would you need to do to get your food e-commerce up and running. But before we do, as always, welcome to Marketing Food Online. This is YouTube's premier food entrepreneur channel. I have been a food entrepreneur now for over a decade, 12 years actually. My wife and I run and operate 6 e-commerce food businesses, and we have created 6-figure businesses on every single platform over the past 12 years. So I bring you all of that tips and information on what I've done, and the Marketing Food team does research and brings you amazing topics on other food business ideas. So let's dive right into it. I got my laptop open here on my side here, so I'm gonna check a look at these subscriber questions. So the first question, and this is a super kind of a basic question, but it's a good one to understand and a good one to ask. What is food e-commerce? So what is food e-commerce? Well, if you're looking to create a website online and you want to sell a food product, you can either buy food products that you want to resell. You can make the food products yourself if you want to and make sure they're packaged properly and sell those yourself. You can create food subscription businesses. You can actually create a wholesale website where you're selling food directly online through the wholesale style accounts. Or you can actually take products, curate them, and create a food subscription business. So that is what food businesses are. And then when you go to the internet and you sell them through websites, that is e-commerce. So selling food products through e-commerce is something that you can do, totally legitimate, of course, but there's a few things you need to do prior to doing this. In order for you to be a legal entity, you want to make sure that you've got yourself incorporated. You want to make sure you know exactly where you're selling your food products from. You can't sell food from home over the internet through interstate sales. You actually would fall under cottage food laws, which would kind of limit where you can actually sell. So you want to make sure that you've got a commercially licensed facility. You want to make sure you're also inspected. Normally it'll be either inspected by the Department of Agriculture, the USDA, or you're going to get inspected by the health department within your city or county. You want to make sure that you have a business license to function within that city or county that you're in. Make sure that you're also within a zoning area that allows you to distribute and ship out food products from the area that you're in, okay? What that means is that you want to make sure that the building that you have is in adherence to all local laws and different types of permits and licenses you may need. Now this varies based on where you're living and of course where you're at. So you want to make sure you're zoned commercially and you're in a place that allows you to do that. But selling food online is something that has gone in stratosphere over the past 10 years, and especially over last year, what happened with the current situation in 2020, that is something that has also pushed food sales into the billions of dollars and will continue to grow globally. So I would highly recommend, if you're looking to get into food e-commerce and you want to know exactly what food e-commerce is you definitely want to get up and running with that. Now, you don't have to start from scratch with a website, and let me explain what I mean by this. You can actually start on eBay or even Etsy and even Bonanza or even Walmart.com. Some of these other platforms that are into food e-commerce, these are places where you can go and actually start to sell your food products, or you can resell products that you purchase and simply want to resell. These are great because you don't have to drive traffic to your store because they have a built-in audience of millions and millions of customers. Now, why, Damien, didn't you mention Amazon in there? I personally have been on Amazon for 8 years now. I recommend that you don't go to Amazon at first because there is a lot of things that you need to understand on how Amazon works in the food category in order for you to be successful. So I don't always recommend people do that right off the bat, okay? But I do down the road, as you get experience selling food e-commerce online, that you have an opportunity to then go to Amazon, okay? eBay and Etsy is a really good starting point for anyone to get some e-commerce experience and to understand the world of food e-commerce, okay? Because it's not that simple. You're gonna have damaged products. When you're shipping a product, you're gonna get negative feedback, you're gonna get positive feedback, You're gonna have metrics that you have to fall in line with, shipping issues, refunds, and there's just a ton of other items that you're gonna have to deal with. And I've, over the years, have had to kind of learn the hard way, of course, by just doing it, but you have to do that prior to. I was actually online for about 3 years before I even went to Amazon. So my recommendation, yes, Amazon is a great place to be, but to start, don't go there just yet. Bonanza is great. Etsy.com is fantastic. eBay is another one. I've been on Etsy since 2011. I've been on eBay for about 11 years now. And so those are areas that food e-commerce would be the best place to kind of get your feet wet and to try it out. Okay. So in a nutshell, that's the gist of what food e-commerce really is. It's basically bringing food products to people everywhere on the planet, but doing it through the internet and doing it through your website. So next one up, how do I sell food on e-commerce? Okay, so the thing about selling food on e-commerce is the idea of making sure that you understand everything from making a product or buying it and reselling it to the shipping and the packaging of it, the price point where pricing wants to be obviously competitive and you obviously want to be profitable, but also the shipping of it, the logistics of it, the handling of customer service, the handling of negative things that are unfortunately going to arise. As an example, last Christmas and December, due to the huge situation of 2020, many of the shipping couriers got backed up. We had to deal with over $5,000 worth of returns and refunds and credits to orders that didn't get shipped, they get delivered on time when we actually shipped them. So understanding that you're going to have those problems operating in e-commerce food business, understanding how to handle those situations when it comes up, pricing your product so it's profitable, pricing your shipping so it makes sense, and all of these different factors. There's even fees that you want to make sure you understand on eBay, Etsy, Amazon, Walmart. Every platform that you sell on is going to have fees. Even if you have your own website and you're doing the food e-commerce thing, you're still going to have a lot of fees involved with that too. There's transaction fees, there's monthly fees for the actual subscription and hosting for the website. If you're on Shopify, the hosting for Weebly, if you're hosting on Wix, all of these have monthly fees without even selling a product. So all of these different factors come into play, and those are things you want to understand in order for you to know, how do I sell food on e-commerce? So that is something that you definitely want to look into, understand, and then try it. But definitely don't go to the platform like Amazon just yet. I would start out with something very simple and small, but also having your own website is good. Believe it or not, I didn't even have my own website when I first started. I just started on eBay and Etsy, and it was about a year into it when I actually developed and built my own on Weebly. Weebly.com is I'll have some links down below too if you want to check out these different hosting websites where you can actually build out your own website. Weebly was fantastic for what we needed. Next up, so in general, e-commerce food business, will it grow over the next few years? Yes. Over the next, I would project even in 5 to 7 years. Right now, you'll have about 20 to $30 billion in sales, and I'll show you a little graph right there. Over the next 5 to 7 years, food e-commerce in general, whether it's DoorDash or it's Uber Eats, if it's even just simple delivery of food that's running through an app, if you're going on Amazon and selling in their gourmet category, food category, if you're selling food through your own website, selling food on Shopify, all of these different types of food-related businesses will only continue to grow. So it makes sense to be online now, or at least get started. Watch as many of my videos as you can. If my videos aren't helpful, check out Google too. Even just Google any question you have about food e-commerce and how that affects your business model or how you're going to try to sell food online. And then take a look at what you need to do to get that to happen. Just keep in mind that you really need to operate yourself as a business. This is not a hobby. Not something that I would do without food business insurance. This was not something I would do without food business licensing. Any permits that you would need as well. Registering yourself also to get an EIN number, which is an employee identification number for tax purposes with the IRS. You need to do all of that stuff. Take it serious because I say don't do it as a hobby only because of the fact that if someone does to get sick and you don't have insurance, you're going to get in some serious trouble. If you're operating from home and you're shipping products over state lines, again, you're going to get in some serious trouble. So make sure that you know the laws, the permits, and the guidelines and everything within the city and county that you live. Of course, every state does have rules and regulations to abide by, but don't get me wrong, what's really, really important is also the city and county you live in and making sure that you can do it where you're looking to do this, okay? Selling laptops, selling physical products that are not going to be consumed, non-food items, that's a little different, okay? Actually, a lot different. So you want to make sure when you're dealing with food, if it's spices, if it's tea, if it's coffee, no matter what you're selling online, make sure that you're abiding by those laws and guidelines, and that's going to be a big plus for you. So those are 3 great questions. Thank you guys for asking those. And check out our other videos if you haven't. If you're new to our channel as well, subscribe. And if you have comments about these questions, let me know down below and I'll see if I can get to your question on a video. I'll see you guys on the next video. Thanks for watching Marketing Food Online. And if you are looking to create your own food truck, start a home-based food business under the cottage food law, franchise a food operation, start a packaged food business, private label your own food product, sell on Amazon, get your own online store, or sell food online, remember to subscribe and check out these videos